Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm just going to show you a album I've put together. Obviously, as you can tell, it's a Disney album. I've just recently come back off my first Disney cruise, and I wanted to do a 6x8 album. I'll also be doing 12x12 layouts as well over the coming weeks, but I wanted to do this album. I can always, obviously, because it's a smaller album, I can get the photographs and things documented quicker in a 6x8 one than I can do, several 12x12 pages. Obviously, so what will happen is that some of the photographs that I put in here obviously will be in my 12x12 album as well, but I'm okay with that. So what I've done, I've started off by using the Say Cheese Classic Mouse Collection. So I'm just showing you the 6x8 pad. And of course it's the old-fashioned one, so it's got the cruising on as well. So a lot of them have got the, what's it called, steamboat design. And anchors and things like that. So the basic pages do have these, but as you know, if you've followed me and I've done mini books before, I start off thinking, oh, my mini book is just going to be completely this one collection, and it never ends up like that. I always end up putting other collections in within the mini book, as well as when I do my 12x12 layouts, and I'm fine with that. Some people can do a full mini book with just the one collection. I just seem to struggle because I'll see another set of papers and I think, oh, I can do that and add it into my mini book. So that's what I do. So I have got this 6x8 album ring binder, Say Cheese Magic. I've had this on my shelf for a while. I think it's from last year. No, yes, it is from 2024. I don't know why, but I always keep these wraps on them until I've started to use them. But anyway, it's on 2024, and you do have some of the papers from that collection, Say Cheese Magic, in the back of the book, which I'll show you. So in here, it's all just random pages, and I've just done them as and when I've thought about them over the past couple of weeks. I've not got them in any particular order, and as I'm designing a page, that's when I'll choose which page I want to use, which insert I want to use. So I'll just flick through it quickly if I can. So these are just, well, this one, yeah, these are just 6x4 cards. Again, strip of paper, and I've got some metal dies out of my stash, and I've just stamped it there on there. And then this one is what's this, 6x4 pocket inserts. What I've also done for this layout, this mini book, is I've done some pocket pages, and I've also done some pages that are out of the pockets, so it gives me a variety of interest as I'm flicking through my album, and I just do it like that. So this one, again, just using a sticker and some simple embellishments on here. I've got vellum on that one, on that card. I've got a bit of vellum on that card, and it's a pocket, it's an envelope as well, so I can stick something in there. Like I said, I've just done them randomly. I'm not really thought, oh, I need to put that on there. Now, as I do them and go through them, I could have a photograph here, or I can do some journaling and have some hidden photographs in there. So that's my reason of, having the blank space. I think I have gone round. Yes, I have. I've gone round all of them, all of my pages, and added a black line just to bring everything in to the page. One of my albums I did previously, mini albums, is I started to sew, machine stitch around the edges, and because I'd added so many pages, it took me ages. So I thought the easiest thing to do, as and when I'm doing one of these inserts, I will just put a thin black line around the top, around the edge of each insert, and it works really well. Just like I said, gives everything a unified border to each page. So that's it's just a standard card, 6x4 card, and on the reverse I've just one of those. Again, there's no wording on a lot of these, like, so I've got the 12x12 sticker sheet that's got the little word phrases, so that could go there, have a photograph, again have embellishment, or if I want to I can just leave it blank like that. I'm not decided how I'm going to do them. So this one I've added some pom-pom trim at the bottom, it's got a bit flat there, and 2 of the little tags that are in the 6x8 what's it called, paper bag. Just added them like that on that side. Now these, I wasn't really sure what I was doing with these or why I was doing these, but I thought, oh, they'll come in. So there are some, what are they called, airmail envelopes. So they were extra long, I think that's 9 inches long they are, and I've just folded the bottom end up and made it into a pocket. So I've just added glue down the sides and just made it into a pocket, and added some of the 12x12 tags inside there. Again, a quick embellishment on the front, and then in here I have made a tag. Now I've made this tag myself. I've just cut it down and white cardstock and just add a bit of decoration. Now I can leave it like that, or again add a photograph on the back, or add some journaling as well. So I've just done 3 of those, all more or less the same idea. So I've got a bit of embellishment on, and embellishment on the front, and just added 2 of the cut apart tags into the little pocket I've made on there. That's one. This one is using, this ampersand here is using one of the metal dies from A Little Magpie. So I don't know how I'm going to attach those to my page, whether I just put them on a straightforward 6x8 page, or I do all punch them down the side and just add them in there as an extra feature. Now this one is an out of pocket page, as I say. So I got the idea of this one from a 49 Market album I've got, and they hadn't glued the left side down, and I thought, what a great idea. So that's what I've done. I've made it myself. So it's just a piece of white cardstock folded over, so 8 inches down and then folded up, so I've got the 4 inches there, and made it into a pocket. So I've made 2 pockets. I've had this additional one at the front by just putting a strip of pattern paper at the bottom there, adding a tag. Again, this tag might not be leave there, I might add photographs, and I've just added a cut apart piece of paper that can go in there. Again, adding photographs or journaling or anything really I can add in there. I can even add some stamping on the white cardstock. I can even add some stamping if I want to, and then I've used washi tape just to put it down the end where the old punches be, and it just reinforces that edge of the cardstock. So that's that one. That's the first off the page. Like I said, I've not put these in any order, any particular order. I have just done them and then just put them into the album for when I decide how they're going to be. This one, I can't get out, is just a 3x4 journaling card. Again, using a metal die from A Little Magpie and one of the foam stickers. So very easy to put together. And like I said, I've been doing these for about, I don't know, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. I've just sat down when I've had a spare half hour, and I thought, oh, I can do a couple of these Again, a simple one. I can put journaling and a photograph, and then I've used some washi tape. I've all punched some pattern paper that goes there. Again, a sticker on this one. A lot of them might be repeated. I did this one. I knew that I was going to have a coffee in the they have some coffees that they have the pictures, they put the design of the characters on top, so I knew that was going to happen, so I was going to have at least one of those. So I've got this what's it called, metal die that's a coffee cup, and I've done that as well. It's obviously, it's got it's one of the Disney Disney dies, because it's got the Disney punched out there. So that'll have a photograph of my coffee cup that's got the Disney design on for that. Again, another one here. So it's another one of these pockets that I got the idea from the 49er market, and it's opened at the left hand side. And then this one I've just left it as one pocket. Stapled some pom-pom trim at the top, metal die, 2 metal dies used there out of the pattern paper. And again, I can add I've got receipts, I've got copies of the menus that we had. What else have I got? I've got some placemats and things like that, so I can slot things in there as and when I'm going to do them. Again, some more 3x4 designs. So I've got this one, if I can get these out, and I've got this one. So this one is just a straightforward stamped image on the 3x4 cardstock. The back one is just, again, pattern paper and a sticker. This one, I've added one of these vellum envelopes again, so I can add some extra information in there. I did wrap some twine round, half circle, and that's that one. And then that one is, again, just a standard one. All these can be added, I can add more embellishments to each of these inserts, so or I can leave them as they are. So that's just a foam sticker from foam sticker sheet. And then they've got a 6x4 or 2 6x4s here, because they're back to back. Got 2 6x4s here. Again, foam sticker, a die cut from A Little Magpie, border punch, sticker sheet, and that's that. And then I add this, which is the 6x4 cut apart, and I've just added that, that'll just go slot in like that. I can put a photograph on the back, or I can just leave it as it is, just as a page divider. Again, similar to the previous ones I've just shown you. So I've got 2 3x4s, one with a sticker, and I've put some 3D foam pads behind just to raise it up, and one with a foam sticker from the sticker sheet. And again, this one is just got the stamped image of Mickey on there, and again another one on the back, the stamped image of Mickey. Right, so for this one, let me just tidy up some of these. So for this one, I wanted to have, like I said, I always like my albums to be ununiform, so I like them to give it a nice flow. And as you're turning the page, if anybody looks at my albums, as they're turning the page, it's not all the same thing. So I do pocket page, pocket pages, and I do out of the pocket pages, but I also like to have things that will flip out as well. So I've just done this one, which is just a straightforward cardstock, scored down there. Let's measure that. So that is 5 inches, so scored at 5 inches, and then obviously just added some pattern paper, a little tab that I've got a punch out of, and again some of the die cuts that I've got. And again, so that can be photographs or journaling or whatever I want it to be, photographs and journaling. This one, I have just added this pull out. I've left it in here. I know it's blank and there's nothing to it because I'm not sure whether, because it's blank on the side, it's plain on the back, on the reverse, whether to stick two of them together so that when you're opening the album, it's not a completely blank clear space on the right hand side. But I like that pattern paper. It's not the Disney red, but I like that the red design and the polka dot. Again, so this one again, this is a flip out as well. So this again, I've just done pattern paper, a whole border punch and some washi tape. All pages that can be add additional embellishments to. Another one that's a flip out, and this one's a bit more, I'll just move my album a bit to the left, is a bit more an extended flip out. So it flips out, well, you could flip over to turn it like that, but it also flips out wider. So in that case, I've done the anchor page on there, on those two sheets, and the star page in the middle, and I've just done the anchor page on that side. Again, sorry, not anchor, the star on that side. Again, I was undecided of what pattern paper to use on this side and on the reverse, so I've just left it until I come to actually using this sheet, and then I can decide. But I just did that side, and I thought, oh, I'll just add that star paper there. So that's a nice flip out that I can do. Obviously I can use tags, a tab at the side, so it's easy to pull out like the previous one that I showed you. And then this one is another well, I keep on saying straightforward flip out. So it's just a flip over. I've used a 3x4 journaling piece and I've only stuck down the right hand side and the bottom, put a tag in there. Again, I can extend that tag and use one that I can make it larger, or add some photographs. And again, just a simple decoration here, just add a photograph there and some extra embellishments. Again, I've done the outside. What I have tried to do as well is, if I've done one of these out of the page ones and the fold out ones, I've tried to get the pattern paper on the base the same as what might appear on the front, so it does look all uniformed in that respect, so that when you're looking at it, you can see that that's, you know, that yellow rope paper, and there's got some yellow rope paper on there. And again, I've left the back blank because I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Now in I don't know which collection this one is, but in one of the collections there's some cut apart sheets, and when we went on to the ship, there's one of the ice cream parlour, the ice cream parlour is called Sweet on You, I think it's called, or Sweet to You. I think it's Sweet on You. And it's set out like this. It's got a Mickey in a Minnie statue there, but it's got the umbrella and the two chairs. So I've watched quite a few YouTube videos, so I knew that was going to be. So I'd seen this card, and I just thought, right, I'll put that in there, and then I know that I can use that on the photographs that I've taken when we went to the ice cream parlour. Again, another one where you can see where I've kept the papers coordinating on on the back and the front. Added a journaling spot on there, and I think, oh, Go See Ride. No, there's quite a few, more or less. There was it's called an aqueduct, and it's a water coaster around half of the ship. And I said to James, I'm definitely going to go on that. So I knew that I'd wanted to put this, I found this cut apart sheet, so I'm going to write about it. Unfortunately, I don't have a GoPro, so you can't see me or hear me screaming as I went down it. But one of the best things that I did on the holiday. I was really scared, but it was really, really fun. And if the queue wasn't as long when we got off it, I would have queued up again and went straight back on it. It was fun. I wasn't looking forward to it, but I wanted to do it because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. And it's one of those things where you think about it and think, well, I might not have that opportunity again to get onto a ship that has got this roller coaster on, and to put up the courage to do it. But it was absolutely fantastic. I really love that. So yeah, so sorry, I digress. So this is why I'd put that in, because prior to actually going on the cruise, because I knew that I wanted to do that by hook by crook. I wanted to do that ride, so I will definitely be documenting that in this album and as a 12 by 12 sheet as well. And then one of the pattern papers I've got, I'm sure it's called Steamboat Willie. I think it's called Steamboat Willie or Steamboat Mickey. I don't know. But anyway, I've just used that one just like that, and I think I'm just going to leave that like that. I might put some word stickers on here, but I think I'm just going to leave that like that, just as a insert page. Another one where I've used pattern paper to flip out. So it's just straightforward pattern paper to flip out, and with a journaling card there, a 3x4 card there, and a ampersand, die cut ampersand. Again, another using the white cardstock just as a flip out. And like I said, the base paper and the front sheet should always coordinate. They don't always coordinate, but should always coordinate for that one. And then again, this is just a piece of scrap paper, and I thought, oh, I can just add that as like I said, an extra feature in my layout. Again, a die cut from a local magpie, what's it called, camera reel die, and some stickers to over the top. I have done quite a few of these. What this collection is, this one, I can't remember what collection this is. I will put a link below. I think it's the Magic. I think it's the I think it's a Say Cheese Magic collection. Again, I've just done a little straightforward embellishment on there. I've got a Mickey head punch, so I've just punched out in black cardstock and just had it on there. Again, another one that's just straightforward, no embellishments to it. I've got this one where I've got a border punch piece there. Let me just take that out. Border punch piece there, and then I saw that title that says "What a Bunch of Characters," and I've just added that on top. And then I think this one especially, is just normally just slotted in. There's nothing to it there. I've just put them in because I wanted to use them. I know I'm going to use them in some stage, but I haven't actually put them onto any cardstock as yet. And then we did have a Pirates Night, so I've just done that, and I've literally just put Pirates Night. The alphabet here I've used is from L Studio, and this is the same. I can't remember pattern paper. Is it the same pattern paper from here? No, I can't remember where this pattern paper's come up with the school from. It is a Disney collection. I'll have to find out what that one is, but it's an older collection anyway. So that's on that side. And then I was doing a layout, and I did this design on a layout, on a 12 by 12 layout, and I thought, oh, that looks nice. So I just replicated it on here, and I want to put a 3 by 4 landscape photograph on there. Like I said, it was just at the time I was doing it. I've put some twine on, and I've stapled the twine down. And then another one where I've done, I think these two are my last ones. Again, using the Say Cheese Classic Mouse collection. I've just added simple layout. And again, I've put a photo mat there, and I've said I want a 3x4. I need a 3x4 photograph to go on that. And then on the back, again, I need a 3x4 landscape photograph to go on that. And that is my album. I have got, like I said, I have got some of the inserts that came with the album still at the back. A lot of these, I think these, like this one is more for the park, so obviously I won't be using that, or I can use it and I can just cover up the bottom of it, but I've just left them in the back for now to you know, in case I do need them, and then I don't lose them. So I've cut the spare pattern papers, spare cardstock. I've just added the cardstock in here so that when I come to wanting to make some of the inserts, I've got them already cut. They might let me cut down to the appropriate size, but I've got the spare half cuts of the white cardstock in the album, so I can just do them as and when. And I've got a few of the pocket pages at the back. I'm sorry, I've only just noticed that there's a glare through the window of the sun, so I'm really sorry. I hope you've been able to see what I have done. I wanted to document this album and video it before I start working on it. As you know, I've already got my photographs printed. I've only been back a week, and they arrived today. So I need to start to figure out what am I going to do. I'm going to put them all into my album, and what size photographs I need as well. The ones I've printed out, I've got printed from Free Print, are all 6x4. So as you know, I don't normally do 6x4, so I will be printing quite a lot of them at home. As and when I'm doing them, because I found it easier for me to print at home than having to decide what I want to be printed and sent away to be printed. I always find it's easier for me to print the smaller ones at home. So thank you for stopping by and listening to me wittering on. I won't be doing process videos for these pages. But what I will be doing is every so often I will do a couple of pages, and I'll explain to you what I've done and how I've ended up creating those pages. And I will be doing this as a playlist as well, so you'll be able to see and find out all about the Disney ones. And also on the playlist there will be the 12x12 layouts as well. Again, I think the 12x12 layouts will be more a mix of collections as opposed to just the Say Cheese Classic Mouse collections. So thank you very much for stopping by. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you till next time. Bye.